Look, I don't have much time to record this. There's a lot of mosquitoes biting me and shit outside too. It's late. Didn't want to record this, but nevertheless, we're here. I need you to bear with me as I say what I say. For most of my life, I'd say, I've been mostly a loner. I do my own thing, but there were times where I had relationships that I really, really cherished, and that doesn't necessarily mean romantic ones, but more so friends or groups or family members or things like that, anything for that matter. And you know, when you love these people so much, you want them to be in your life as much as you can, and you want to control that relationship, or you might want to have control over a certain level of your surroundings, I guess you could say. Or you could be worried when, they want to leave your life. That could be anybody. And the thing I realized early on, and I'm glad I did, was, you don't really have control over things like that. As much as you want to have control over things, you don't have control over the kind of friends you might want to stay in your life, the kind of romantic partner, all these things. And they're really hard to accept, and you're probably not going to understand what I'm saying in the moment until it really happens to you, or anything for that matter. So many of us try too hard to take control of the things that are around us. And then we get upset when they don't go our way. So, as I started having a lot of people leave my life, especially back in high school, that I might not have wanted to, for whatever reason, I would try my best to stop from groups separating and keeping the kind of circles that made me happy or whatnot. But in time you realize you can't really control any of that. So all you can really focus on is taking control of yourself. That's it. Not your lover, not your friends, not your family, no one. Not your environment, not nature, nothing. You've got to learn to let go, and that can be a painful thing, but it's a beautiful thing once it happens. You need it to happen, because it's also the kind of thing that helps you avoid any sort of excuses, or anything like that. And I know you've heard this countless times. You're almost tired of hearing this shit. You're like, I can't control this, I can't control that. I know, but what does that mean practically, man? What does it mean? And here I'm telling you what it means, So you kind of just gotta let things happen. Let things go their course. There's gonna be friends, there's gonna be people that you don't want leaving your life. Let me say that again. A truck passed by, so you probably didn't hear me, but there's gonna be people that are going to leave your life, and you're not going to want them to. And the only thing you could really say about it is, okay, you really just have to get to that point. And you can't say it just to fake it. You have to understand what that means. You have to understand that, that could have happened at any point in time, no matter how you felt about them, or no matter how much you wanted them, So start taking control for the things in your life. And once you do, you'll understand that you also, how do I say this? Undergo the burden of responsibility for all of those things. I know it's getting a little dark, but you could probably still hear what I'm saying, so just listen up. And once you do that, once you realize that, once you really, really understand what that means, I think you could really go about how would I say it? I think you really go about not hurting yourself as much because of the false expectation that, you know, you can control the people around you. And instead of them being an addition to your happiness, you become completely and utterly reliant on them. They're the thing that makes me happy. They're the thing that keeps me in line. They're the thing that keeps me in check. All these things. So what happens when they're not around? What happens when certain things or certain people or they aren't around? What happens then? Oh no, you tell me. So that's why you have to be responsible for everything, and you must take control of everything, or you must take control of everything that you do and not be worried about all the other things that anybody else is doing. It's really just as simple as that. But again, it's not easy, and I understand that. But that is something you have to come to a realization to. You know, I have one of my buddies, and he's always talking about, you know, one of his relationships and how the certain partner in his life is going about doing certain things that might affect their relationship. And I simply told him, you know, you can't do anything about that, bro. They're going to do what it is that they need to do. This is a whole person with thoughts, with ideas, with an understanding of reality that is completely different from that of yours. So to think that you can control something as complex as that is just, it's, you know, it's stupid once you realize it. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. Take control of all your actions and anything external, anything around you, including this, the people, anything. It'll take time, but you need to stop worrying. You need to stop acting as if you can control anything that you can do for them. Or control their actions, sorry. And that'll allow you to also understand that you're 100% responsible for the actions that you take in your life. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.